Hello my loves, the fairy Shaenna here, and today I'm going to talk to you about love magic. So, we're twin flames, right? And we love this person more than life itself. We love them, we love them, we love them, we would do anything for them. They're our king, they're our queen, they're our everything, but they don't see it that way yet. They're not with us. They're off doing whatever. Maybe they're with their karmatic, or maybe they're not with anybody, but they're just like lonely and sad and not talking and not giving us communication and not giving us the time of the day. So in every twin's mind, at some point in time, the thought crosses it that, I should do some love magic on them. Am I right? Right? But once you think that, you're faced with a moral dilemma. Well, is it wrong for me to do love magic? If I get them by magic, will they not really love me? Will it be something fake? Will it be forced? Will these people, is it going to just be fake? Is it just going to be like not real? Am I going to be forcing somebody's will to love me when they really never would have? So those are all really, really good questions. First of all, I'd like to say, if they really are your twin flame, I wouldn't worry about it. If they really, really, really are your twin flame, and you know that they are definitely your twin, I would not worry about it. And this is why. Do you promise to love them forever and forever? Do you promise to be subservient to your twin, meaning that you will cater for them and to them? Not because you want them to cater back, but because you really want to do that for them. You want to serve them because you love them so much. You want to give them everything. Are you going to cheat on your twin ever? Because if you are, you don't deserve to do love magic for them. Would you ever beat them or hurt them? If the answer is no, you're doing good, right? So these are things we got to look at. Did I do magic on my twin? Yes, I did. I totally did. Yes, I did. I did it. I think he knows. Why did I do it? Do I feel like he was going to come to me in the end? Yeah, I totally did. I totally felt like, you know what? You're going to love me and be with me no matter what. At the end of the day, you're going to come and be with me. But I knew that they were going through a really, really They were going through a tough time. They're Duff beer. Yeah. Duff beer is actually from The Simpsons. If you've ever watched The Simpsons, they have the little can of Duff. Anyways, so the thing is though, you got to really look inside yourself and be like, okay, this person's going to come with me. They're going to live with me. They're going to be with me. They're going to marry me. They're going to be my twin. I'm going to love them. I'm going to take care of them. I'm going to do all this stuff for them because I love them, because they're my twin, because I understand them better than anybody else could ever understand them. If your true focus is that you are dedicated to this person, that you are going to be understanding, that you're going to take your time with them, you're going to be patient with them, you're going to love them, you're going to be there for them, then I don't think there's anything wrong with love magic at all. I think it's fine. I think it gives a little push. It can help take away some of the negative blocks. Like in my instance for my twin, what I did in the magic is I straight up asked that they no longer be afraid, because I knew that they loved me already. But I knew that they were going through so much stuff in their life that there was just a layer of fear there. Be it fear that I'd be there and leave, or maybe fear that I would hurt them somehow, or fear that, I don't know. But there was just fear there. So in my love magic, I concentrated on removing the fear and opening up our communication. Because I knew at the end of the day that they did love me. Because I remember all the things they told me, how I was their home and how, they loved me so much and this and that. And I knew that when they left, it was because they were having an awakening and a shifting. And that's so, so difficult on our masculines. I don't know why it is. It just is. So I kind of gave them the benefit of the doubt. And I just put all the love and friendship in there as I could. And I tried to take away all of the negativity and all of the anything to be afraid of. I tried to take away that. So that's what I concentrated on with my spell. When I took my spell to go get buried, which I typically bury my magic unless sometimes I take it up to the mountains, and sometimes I'll let it go in water if it's okay and it won't hurt anything. Like I don't ever do that with like wax or anything like that the animals might accidentally eat. But if I had like a wood plank that I did something on, I'll set it adrift in the water. Or if I have certain things, I'll take them and go bury them up against a tree, or I'll bury them in certain places. I basically let the universe tell me what to do with my magic, honestly. And I had some questions about certain things, and I went searching on the internet, and there's somebody on here called Mystic Jasmine. It's Jasmine Attons at Mystic at the Crossroads. think it's one ritual away. She's my favorite person to watch about magic. So if you have questions on magic, like that's who I go to for my magic. Is I go and I ask, well, I don't ask her, but I go and I look at her videos and see what she has to offer, because she has a lot of stuff that it's kind of like those gee whiz points that, you know, mama never told me, because my mama didn't practice and stuff. So, but she grew up practicing, and so she got to clear away a bunch of questions that I had without me ever asking her a damn thing. She's just already got the videos on there. So good job for that. As far as, you know, magic for yourself, if you're doing this and you're like, okay, I love this person so much, I just want to give them a push in the right direction so that they'll come to me, so that they'll be with me, because I know that that's where they belong. No one's going to take care of them like I will. Nobody's going to love them and understand them and be there for them and cater to them and just want to be with them like I will. Like, I am the best woman in the entire world, and I will make sure that they know it, and that, you know, that they are the luckiest man in the world, or, you know, luckiest woman, or whoever. So anyways, when I buried my magic, I took it to a field. And it's this field down the way from where I live, and it's it's kind of a pain in the ass to take my stuff there, but I do. And I looked out into the middle of the field, and this meant so much for me. I'm just telling you, this meant so much to me, because I wanted him in my life more than I wanted air to breathe, right? So I looked in the field, just kind of gazed across. Somewhere about midway, I saw a spot that just popped out to me for some reason, this patch of grass. It was no different than any of the other grass, but for whatever reason, it really caught me. So I started walking towards it, and I kept my eyes locked on that spot. And I walked right up to it, and I started to dig. And my third scoop or shovel of dirt out of the ground, I found a red stone. It was a fake plastic rhinestone heart, like a plastic gem. Like something you would get for, like, I think it used to be a sticker on one side or something. But it was there in the dirt, and it came up with my scoop of dirt. A heart, a shining red gem of a heart. And I started crying, because I knew that that was a sign from the universe that yes, my spell was for a reason, that yes, he loves me more than anything, that he was just scared, that yes, I picked the right spot to bury it, that yes, I was listening to the universe, and that yes, it was all going to come together. After I buried my magic, I kept picturing my twin coming up at my house, and I would always picture him with a black shirt with something white on the front, some white something. I didn't know what it was. And then I'd picture him laying across my bed, you know, like all happy, comfortable, because if he's comfortable with me, he's going to lay across my bed, right? And again, I'd see him in a black shirt with white all across it. I didn't know what clothes he had. Like, honestly, I knew him mostly during the month of October, and we were always in costume because we work at a haunted house together. So I've seen him covered in blood more than I've seen him in normal clothes. So I wasn't like an expert on what kind of clothes this guy has, you know. I just knew that he was my other half of me, and that's all I knew. So I'm picturing these clothes, I'm picturing him, and I'm picturing like all this. Give it a couple weeks, maybe less, he hits me up for frankincense oil. Okay, so he's using me for oil. Okay, I get it, whatever. But honestly, I was fine with that. I was like, gets him talking to me. He wants more frankincense. That's fine, you know, and I just played it cool and I played it nice. He ends up showing up at my house wearing a black shirt with a white pattern on it. I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. So we started loosely dating, and you know how it is when you first get back with your twin. They're all hot to trot, and then they back up, and then they're hot to trot, and then they back up, and blah, 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 blah. But I played the game. I knew what was going on. I played the game. I would do a reading on myself before he would show up so I'd know what I was in for, and I just played the game. I just went along with it. I would just go with the flow. I was super casual. I was super cool. Nothing bugged me. Everything is funny. I'm always looking hot as it can get, and I just played it, and it worked out. And then maybe a month later, we were official again. And he told me that, you know, he never stopped thinking about me and that he always loved me and that he was just scared. That literally what had happened between us and what was going on in his life, it literally just had him scared. It was too much to take on at one point in time. And that's why he had to leave, because he literally couldn't handle just everything. So it was exactly as I thought. And I've mentioned to him about love magic here and there, so I know that he knows that I've done something. But you know, he's my guy, my little simples of him everywhere. You got to go with your heart on this, definitely. But if you're like, I'm gonna do magic so that I can get this person back, but you're not really in love with them, don't do it. I'm serious. Don't do it. I did love magic of my own. I always do my own, coming up with my own like spells and things. And I did it one time when I was in high school for this guy. And he went from not knowing me to being obsessed with stalking me. I'm talking hanging outside my window in my tree stalking me. And then I did what I thought was a reverse spell, because of course I came up with it on my own. And then he went to hating me to the point where he had a really big scary woman come and beat my ass because he hated me so much. And this was in the matter of a day and a half that his personality had switched from the love spell to me going, oh, this is too much, to doing a anti-love spell to him trying to beat me. So you need to be careful with what you want and what you ask for, and make sure that what you want and what you ask for is seriously what you want. Because if it's not, even if a smallest part of you thinks that maybe it isn't what you want, you should not do it. Why? Because it's going to work. So what are some of my favorite things to put in love magic? Well, of course, red roses. Pink roses are good for friendship too, but you know, red roses for love and passion. Cinnamon always, 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 no matter what kind of magic you're doing practically, right? And I like cinnamon stick, although you can totally use cinnamon powder, and sometimes I use both, depending. I had made myself a really cool vessel. It was like this heart jar, and had shoved a chili pepper in there, and then cinnamon stick and all my other herbs. And then I had took a taper candle, and I had shoved it in the top of it, and I had lit that candle, and then I lit one more candle. So it was a 2-day event for me, and the wax sealed up the top of the bottle of the jar. And so I had this beautiful red heart vase thing with all of my ingredients on the inside, and I had sat there and stuck my manifestation into it and stuck my focus on it, and then I allowed the wax to seal it, and then I buried it. You don't have to use a red jar, you don't have to use whatever, but remember this: what you're going for is the best passionate love, romantic friendship, bestest. That's what you're going for. So if you want that, think about it. Don't just go and half-ass, you know, I'm going to throw a candle on a paper plate and there you go. No, I'm sorry. It's not going to work like that. You have to have your intentions. From the time you go to pick out the ingredients to use, you need to be thinking, my twin loves me. This is going to bring us together. This is exactly what we need. You got to always be focused like that. You always have to be positive like that. You always have to be very, very sure of yourself that, yes, this is what's going to happen. This is going to work. It's going to work because I know it's going to work, and it's going to work because I know it's going to work, because it's going to work, because it's going to work, because it's working, because it's going to work. Brainwash yourself and it will work. Is that part of magic? Yeah, it really is. If you do magic, I don't care who. You could go get that Jovovich or whatever her name is, the one that's always in red. You could go have her do some magic for you. It's not going to work if you don't think it will. I don't care how powerful anybody is. You could go have my favorite mystic do work for you, and she won't be able to do shit for you if you think it won't work. It all has to do with your mind and your intentions and your thoughts. So make sure that they're pure and they're, you know, concise, and that they're directed exactly where you want to go. We don't want any ifs, ands, or buts in this. We want to be really, really precise on what we want. One thing I like to put in my love spells is this right here. This is lovage root, okay? So it comes usually by the ounce. It smells like brown sugar, kind of. Not quite molassesy, but that real sweet smell. And it's brittle, breaks really easy. It bends easy too. You can break it up and use it in pieces. I like to actually use mine usually whole, unless it's in like a powder or something, then I'll definitely grind it up. But it's really easy to work with. You know, really easy to just like kind of grind it up and stuff. It smells delicious. This is one of my very favorite things to use in love spells. Another thing is catnip. Good old-fashioned catnip. Bring him to me like a cat to catnip. Entice him like a cat to catnip. Let him want me like a cat wants catnip. Like, you just like go for it. Another thing would be honey. So as this honey is sweet to me, so shall they be sweet to me. Bring them to me like a bee to honey, or, you know, things like that. You always just tell the ingredients what it is they're doing. Chili pepper, let him burn passionate hot love for me. Let him lust for me. Let his desire be burning for me. You know, things like that. So that's what you're going to do in those situations. Basically, bottom line, I'm pro love work. I am. That's what I do predominantly. I do love work for other people. I've done love spells for other people. I do them for myself. I do lots of spells for myself these days. But the thing is you really have to know what it is you want. I don't want you just seeing somebody and lusting for them and saying, oh, I'm going to do a love spell on them. It's not a good idea. Same thing is if you're going to do a love spell on maybe an ex to get back at them. Well, they're with some other girl, and I'm going to have him fall in love with me just so he can, and then, you know, I'm going to leave him right after. Well, that's not what you should do. It's not what you should do. If you're doing love work, it must come from a place of love, a place of hope and understanding and caring and excuse me. And compassion. See, it's like, don't tell her about all that. It's okay though. I'm telling them anyways. You can't stop me. So anyways, yeah, it has to come from a place of compassion and love and hope and responsibility. And you're thinking, well, you know, love isn't a responsible thing. Love is willy-nilly. No, love is responsibility for sure. You're now saying that that person is going to be in your thoughts. If a disaster happens, they're on your list of people to pick up. You know, there's a lot that goes into love. For better or for worse is serious. If this person happens to fault in health, you need to make sure you're going to be there. I don't want you doing a love spell on somebody and them falling for you and them getting sick and then you ditching them and then they're sad and alone until the day they die because they have no way to love anybody but you because you did that to them. So be very, very responsible with your love magic. If you guys have questions, feel free to contact me. I do perform services. They are kind of expensive, but they're worth it. And so PM me on that. If you noticed my amazing crown, I have several of these as my new venture I've been doing is crowns. So there will be a whole episode on crowns coming up soon and how to use them, how to work with them, and what they're for. I love you all so, so much. I'm about to record my stuff for my Patreon, so I hope you guys have an epic day. And if you have not subscribed, please, 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 please subscribe. Subscribe! Please, subscribe, share, like, share, subscribe. Brainwash you. Okay, anyways, seriously though, help me out. I don't know you like it if you don't like it, so please like that button. Please hit subscribe, ring that little bell so you get my notifications. Check out my Patreon. That's what keeps me going. If you're like, I really like this girl. I wish I could help her somehow. Send me $5, please. I would love it. It would really help me out, and you guys get perks too that way. So, have an epic day. I hope this helped, and talk to you all later. Bye.